The Hammer of Damocles, written and directed by Ernst McBattlesheep. I call my fortress Hammer Time. All my military dwarves except the archers use hammers. Also, my dwarven empire is ruled by a vampire, who has ruled for over 50 years and has no doubt murdered countless innocent dwarves. Our goal is to become the mountain home and bring the queen here. We will create a throne room of the likes never seen before on the future plains. The centerpiece will be a massive silver hammer suspended above the throne, representing the wealth and might of Hammer Time. When the foul vampire takes her throne, the hammer will taste blood for the first time. I started preparing by building her throne room and quarters. A grand throne room deserving of Nilashak, though certainly far more than the filthy blood-sucking witch deserves. Above the throne is the hammer, a 5x5x4 solid block of silver walls, held up by a single support linked to a lever that can be pulled upon my whim. I like to think of it as my own variation of the Sword of Damocles. In the spring, after I finished my preparations, she finally arrived. Serol Degarith, vampire queen of the Pages of Murdering, along with her vampire king consort. I knew I had to get them both under the hammer. I checked the blood-sucking witch's profile, checked her kills. She had accumulated well over 1,000 kills, all of them dwarves. If I had any doubts about the righteousness of my cause before, they were erased right then. Serol had to die. I put a burrow in the queen's throne room at the area under the hammer, just to make sure. And I put the king's consort into a squad, so I can be certain that he was under the hammer as well. Luckily, it worked, and they both took their places underneath the hammer. It was time to put my plan into action. It was time to end the bloodsucker's madness. It was Hammer Time! I ordered the lever to be pulled, and who else to pull the lever but the Duke, who was the original expedition leader. It's as though killing the queen was his idea, not mine. As if he founded Nilashak just for this moment, so he can avenge the hundreds of innocents who perished to slake Serol's unholy thirst. He pulled the lever, the hammer dropped, and the filthy bloodsuckers were crushed to death. I do not know what the future holds for Nilashak and the Pages of Murdering, but I know that I will rebuild the hammer, so if a new king or queen comes to Nilashak, they will have to sit under the hammer and be reminded of their place. It's now been over a year since Serol's demise. We haven't had any contact with the Pages of Murdering since, not even a caravan. As far as we know, they still haven't picked a new monarch. I'm wondering if the power vacuum I created started a civil war or something.